Warning: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as a criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All people are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. I reserve my First Amendment rights to express myself.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Dish and Tea with D. Welcome, come on in, take a seat. Welcome to the pub family, to the pub, the Pinkies Up Bunch. Where's all my Pinkies Up Bunch crew? Okay, so yes, this story, oh my God, it's so touching and so kind of confusing at the same time. I don't even know. I got really mixed emotions with this story. I am so happy that he is safe. He's he's alive. You know what I'm saying? I really think, of course, the whole point is that Jamal White, he was kidnapped at gunpoint, and I believe he's 7 years old. Such a tragic story. After reading some of the articles, going through some things just don't add up to me as a viewer from the outside. Of course, I'm not in. I don't have all the details. I'm not the police. I'm not, you know what I mean. But I get feelings, and you know what? I really didn't see it until my husband kind of brought it up. So it could be an off thing that I may just kind of taking kind of like his opinion, and it's kind of affecting mine. I don't know. But in any sense, I was like, this poor boy, I didn't have a lot to the story to begin with. I saw the videos that were being put out when it first happened, when he was first taken. And of course, I believe this was Sunday night or Sunday. And so of course I'm hardly ever on here, but I was watching the video. So I was like, okay, I gotta do a video on that. I gotta do a video on that. And then it just happens that he was found within a 24-hour period. So he was just found, yesterday or the day before? I don't even know what today is. I think today's Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm telling you, I just have a lot to do. And we're already the 15th, and my event's on the 19th, and I need to start working on that too. So anyway, back to Jamal White. He was taken at gunpoint. So I was watching the video, and this is the first video I saw. And thanks to um I'm gonna bring it back. And this is again, this is the first one. Of course, I was just on like kind of Facebook, scrolling real quick, helping, looking things up and talking to my parents, visiting my parents, whatnot. And so I come across this post, and I was like, this is so sad. And then this video the video that they actually show, I have a clearer video of it. I just want to show you the post that originally brought me to this. It says, "Let's help bring Jamal White home safe. Please share."
And I'm going to play a video. Trigger warning: Jamal White, 7-year-old little boy out of Milwaukee, was kidnapped last evening at 7 p.m. This is video captured from a Ring camera of the vehicle that they believe did the kidnapping. Okay, if anybody sees this little boy or sees this SUV, please immediately call 911. Trigger warning: if you watch the entire video, you can actually hear the screams of the little boy as he's being kidnapped. So if you can share this video far and wide, let's help bring Jamal home. And to the person that sent me this video, I hope this helps, and I hope he gets found and brought home safely to his family. Love you guys. What's up, everyone? This next video is not my normal.
Still showing. Okay, we'll go ahead and play this.
Felony warrant for your arrest!
So sad. Okay. So then, something about that. And then I started reading some of the articles on what was happening. I was listening to some of the things that were being said. So I kind of, let's go ahead and play this one. And this is where he was located.
At the corner of 39th and Lloyd.
Oh, my Lord, they got him. That's him. They got him. They go.
An entire Milwaukee community on edge for nearly 24 hours, now at ease. 7-year-old Jamal White, taken at gunpoint Friday night, safe.
We was just all together, just not even 2 whole hours ago. The community came through, and we found him safe and sound, alive.
Hours earlier, Jamal's cousin Nikki Harrington had been searching frantically with her entire family until she got that call.
What? He where? And we just pulled up. It was just like, I don't know. I'm happy.
The crime scene quickly turning into a celebration. Hundreds of people packing the block, wiping away tears of joy. Even a group of motorcycles revving their engines in celebration. Many of them watching on as the little boy reunited with his family.
He came standing right here. And I said, "You okay, cousin?" He looked at me. He said, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay." And they took him to the car.
I mean, I saw the lights down here, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on down there.
Community activist Vaughn Mays immediately began streaming on Facebook Live when he noticed the large police presence.
Yeah, they saying that he's found. I'm trying to confirm.
Moments later,
oh, my Lord, they got him. That's him. They got him.
Capturing the moment all of Milwaukee had waited for on camera.
They got him, y'all. I pulled up over here, and I physically saw the family, got confirmation from them. And I physically saw them put him into a vehicle. He was okay. He got checked out by medical that was on scene, and it was it from there.
Police have still yet to release any information as to the circumstances of Jamal's abduction, but family just happy to have him back.
He's seen all of us there. We all got to see him. We all got to say, "We love you." He seen we all was there. Yeah. So he looked at us and we said, "You okay, cousin?" And he said, "Yeah."
Community, while thankful for law enforcement, also giving credit to one another for bringing Jamal back to his family.
Super grateful for the city, the citizens of the city that's been assisting, searching, sharing posts, trying to help track down the car. This has been the work of not only law enforcement, shout out to them, but the vigilance of the citizens. We don't play about kids here in Milwaukee. I know we have a lot of negative connotations, but when it comes to stuff like this, people usually show up and show out, and I'm proud of my city today.
TJ Dysart joining us now live in the newsroom. TJ, the entire city breathing a sigh of relief tonight. Earlier today, family told us that 4 masked men took the boy. Do we know about any arrests yet?
Well, Cyria, we have yet to hear about any arrests. We have reached out to the Sensitive Crimes Division, the ones that are leading the investigation, but have yet to hear back. Although multiple people on scene this evening told us they saw at least one person escorted from the scene in handcuffs. But again, we still don't know if that person is related to the scene or if they were either arrested or detained.
And of course, we will be following this for days to come. Thank you, TJ, for that.
Okay. So yes, again, very suspicious, very suspicious on some things. I do have a lot of questions. I know I'm pretty sure these are probably some of the same questions that the law enforcement have already asked, but I'm trying to find. We'll go ahead and just continue with this next video because all these videos are kind of similar. They just kind of remember he was shown what he was found and he was abducted and found within a 24-hour time period. So again, okay, this is the one I just finished sharing. Okay.
And breaking news at 5, new video tonight showing the moment someone kidnapped a Milwaukee boy at gunpoint, sparking a statewide Amber Alert over the weekend. He is safe tonight, but friends and family and police spent nearly 24 hours Friday into Saturday searching for 7-year-old Jamal White. 12 News' Hannah Hilliard is live at the Milwaukee County Jail tonight. And Hannah, police have someone in custody.
Right, Blake, a 25-year-old man is right now in custody here in connection to this abduction, but police tell me he did not act alone. A terrifying abduction caught on camera. Someone sprinting with 7-year-old Jamal White in their arms, putting him into a white Jeep.
I'm glad he's okay, but it's kind of like, it's like I still can't rest because who would do something like this to a 7-year-old?
This new video 12 News obtained Monday shows the Jeep parked on the side of the street Friday night. It starts to move as Jamal is spotted riding his bike on the sidewalk, returning from a nearby park. The boy's aunt says her brother was driving the sedan, following alongside his young son. The camera catching the white Jeep turning around, then later blocking the end of their driveway. 2 people got out of the Jeep simultaneously. One, who appears to be holding a gun, tried following the man into the house. The other chased the little boy down the driveway. Seconds later, the suspect comes back into frame with Jamal in his arms, putting him into the Jeep. Do you have answers as to why in the world this happened yet?
We don't have any answers, and I feel like that is what is bothering the family a lot. I feel like a lot of us are unsettled.
Unsettled as family is seen running out of the home. The boy's father spotted slamming his arms on the trunk of his car. That was about 7 p.m. Friday night. The state not issuing an Amber Alert until 5 hours later, around midnight. Eventually, after a harrowing all-day search on Saturday,
They got him, y'all.
police recovered the boy in a home near 39th and Lloyd around 6 p.m. Saturday, 7 miles away from home.
We literally cannot thank the community enough because I genuinely feel like if it wasn't for everybody just caring about this 7-year-old boy, we probably would not have found him.
Just a terrifying 24 hours. Hannah, police have yet to reveal a motive.
Right, Blake, and same goes for the relationship, if any, between these suspects and Jamal's family. That family does tell me that Jamal is right now with Child Protective Services as this investigation continues for police. They are hoping to reunite with him soon.
All right, Hannah Hilliard live for us in Milwaukee tonight. Thanks, Hannah.
Okay, so we're going to share this one. It's another video, but we're going to kind of, I don't know if it's going to talk about what's in the article because I really do think what's in the article explains a lot. Oh, is this the same lady? Okay.
Breaking news, we want to let you know about the missing 7-year-old boy out of Milwaukee has been found safe. Jamal White is safe. That Amber Alert now canceled. Someone took Jamal White at gunpoint last night. Here is a live look at 39th and Lloyd where family says he was found. You can see a huge law enforcement presence on the scene. Milwaukee police out there. The Wisconsin Crime Alert Network confirms that Jamal was found safe. We have a crew on the scene. TJ Dysart will be bringing us updates, and we will have much more tonight on 12 News again at 10. But again, the missing 7-year-old out of Milwaukee, Jamal White, has been found safe.
Okay. What did I talk about? Okay. So if you look further down the article, let me see, is it showing? Yeah, it's showing. Okay. If you look further down the article, it says right here, the boy's aunt tells 12 News 4 men, all with guns and wearing face masks, abducted the boy. She says his father was nearby at the time of the abduction as they were coming home from the nearby park. My brother was able to pull in the driveway and they jumped out right here, said Simone White. I'm talking about one person pointing a gun to the window, the other person targeting my nephew. I feel like y'all had enough opportunity to do something to my brother, but he wasn't the target. It just doesn't seem like that. My brother wasn't the target. Police have not yet revealed how the boy was located or if anyone was arrested. So this is kind of the article that kind of made me question and kind of think, because when my husband was listening to it, because when I kind of showed him the story to the first round, to the with the guy that I told you that I was initially got a hold of the story from, which was what's his name? Uh, where is he? Big old Texas families. So big old Texas family. So thank you. Let me go ahead and share this tab real quick. So thank you for sharing that. It did get out. It was helpful. He was found. He did do another one later that they found him. So again, please go follow him on Facebook. Big old Texas family, and he's interesting. So again, thanks. Big shout out to that. To Big old Texas family. So again, I'm glad the boy is safe. I think in one of the stories, I think they said that he's currently with CPS. I'm not sure they released him from CPS and back into his family's custody. But again, when I first saw that video and me and my husband were watching it, and then I kind of brought up a picture. Then that's when I started doing my research, like what happened. Was he found? Was he, kind of thing, and then found out he was found and stuff like that. But instantly my husband goes, "Oh, he was targeted." I was like, "What? Like, what makes you say that about like this specific boy? Like, why? Like, what gave you that inkling to start?" He goes, "You could just tell. Like, just look at him." And I was like, "Okay, are we like being kind of, I guess, racist, biased? I don't know. Like, what are you trying to get at?" Because remember, my husband's black, so I mean, it's weird when I'm like, okay, what? There's certain things he can be free as expressions and say, and there's certain things that I can. So I'm like, okay, so why would he? So I had to ask him the question: Why do you think he was targeted? He goes, just look. He goes, "You think that chain that he's wearing is cheap? You think that hairstyle is cheap? You think those clothes are cheap?" He goes, "What kind of clothing that?" And so then that's what kind of got me thinking. Then I started, look. Then I read this article first, and then I was like, "You got." I thought he was just playing. I'm just thinking you're just talking hot air out of your butthole right now. You know what I mean? I'm like, you're just saying stuff just to say stuff to get me on this little rabbit hole, right? Because that's what I once you say something, I'm gonna investigate it. So I was like, "Are you doing this on purpose, or do you really think that there's more to this story?" And he was like, "No." He goes, "Just look it up." I'm like, "No, seriously, are you just telling me that, or do you think there's more to the story?" He's like, "No, look it up." He goes, "Dude," he goes, "Well," he goes, "Go tell me how much the clothes are that he's wearing." And then he goes, "That should tell you right there." And then of course, as I'm, trying to figure out, his outfit and stuff like that, I'm reading these articles, and then this comes out, and I'm like, why would the aunt say my brother wasn't the target, or why would anybody be a target? You know what I mean? So I'm like, he was like, "Well, yeah." He goes, "Well, look, he's in a nice," and then I'm like, "Are you sure?" So he's like, "No." He goes, "Why would that be a word? Like, if anybody, they'll say, like, why would the boy be, there had, like, why would it have to come back to your brother being a target? Like, who nobody ever mentioned that anybody was ever a target. How do you know that this wasn't a random kidnapping with just four people or whatever?" And I was like, he was all like, which typically wouldn't be random then. But, I'm just like, I'm trying to pick his brain. So then I'm like, okay, well, yeah, why is she saying like y'all had enough time? Who's y'all? Like, do y'all know they're saying that they don't know, but are you sure you don't know who these are? Do you have an inkling of who these people are? Like, what's the connection here? And then why are they keeping the boy in CPS for as long as they have? Because that usually doesn't happen. Yeah, they might have a few questions, but I mean, the only thing I can think of is because why would the dad be driving right next to the child while the child's riding the bike, which ultimately is the safest way than having your child go to the park by themselves, right? Um, but again, the then again, I continue to do my research. I kind of was like, all right, I'm not gonna say nothing. Let's look. I was like, I never heard of these brands of clothes that this child is wearing, so let's kind of look them up. So then when I go and look them up, and trust me, this is what I find. The shirt that the little boy is wearing is a $200 shirt. It is a $200 shirt. And the chain that the little child was wearing with the J on it looked a little expensive too. And then if you looked at his shoes, he's wearing the same shoe brand. Like his outfit that he was wearing that day was probably a $500 outfit. Just saying. Because even my husband was all like, "Yeah, look at the way his hair's done, all twisted up. Like that's a good chunk of money right there. Like, homie, it's not no $35 haircut that you go get from Supercuts or something, No. Um, and then some other ones like the Givenchy, Neiman Mark, they sell them for $185. Of course, these are girl. This one's a girl one, but this one was the actual. This was the actual website. Let me just continue. But look, I mean, and then you go to the kids' clothing. Let's go to I don't know if they still have the flip flops available. But just there's he was wearing their flip flops at one point, but $300 for some pair of shoes or sandals. Okay, so you could see this brand is not cheap. It's not cheap for little boys. I haven't seen anything under $100. 300 really? Same one, $200. And of course they're 220, but that's because they're different sizes. If you open it up, as you can tell, they're different sizes. Select a size. He was 7 years old, so he probably wore an 8. So yeah, he paid $230 for this stuff. Plus the shoes. Plus the chain. Again, he was wearing that other brand, that Givenchy. Let's do boys. Let's do boys. Kids. So again, question still lies with me. I'm glad he was able to be found. He's not with dangerous people. He's not with criminals. And again, I don't, because that was my first thing that my husband said, oh, they're, doing illegal activity. And I'm like, no, we cannot say that because, anybody could get it. Abduction is not really all that true. It's truly racist. You know what I mean? Abduction is that it happens for a reason. There's always a reason behind it. I'm not saying that it's always a good reason behind it, but there's usually a reason somebody can't have kids, somebody can't, you know what I mean? So there's always a motive behind the kidnapping. So it just didn't seem so this was one of the little outfits that I think he was wearing in one of his pictures, was this all plaited stuff. $308 for just the shorts. So, and yep. So again, I mean, these are on sale. Yeah. Okay. And I don't even know if this is the actual Givenchy website or not, but either way, this kid was styling every day. I mean, let's look him up. Let's look him up. Look at his clothing. You can just see. I mean, he's adorable. I'm glad he's found. This is a tragic story. Again, we got to be mindful how. I mean, I'm not saying having money is a bad thing, but putting your child in a $300 shirt, but you're not in Hollywood or anything with all the other people wearing $300 shirts, something is happening. You know what I mean? Um, don't don't put your child at risk. It's one thing to have money and everything and to go on trips and have fancy cars and stuff like that. Put yourself at risk, but don't put your children at risk of any danger. I'm not saying they were doing anything illegal or anything like that, but still, I mean, I don't care if you're an executive or a doctor or whatever, and you're walking around, with it, you're having your kids ride their bikes to and from the park in a $300 shirt. It's gonna catch people's eyes, and then a gold chain or gold or whatever, silver chain, whatever that is, with a bunch of diamonds on it. In the it's a lot for a little 7-year-old. I mean, he doesn't understand what it is. He just thinks he has pretty clothes, his things like that. But until they get into like middle school and high school, they won't even realize that name brand clothing even exists unless y'all that's what they're introduced to in society nowadays. But again, I wouldn't put my kids at risk in a $300 shirt. Mm-mm, mm-mm. We'll continue. I don't care how rich I am. We will continue to shop at the ghetto stores. Okay. I don't care for Walmart because of of just them in general, but that doesn't mean I won't shop for clothes there. I mean, I go for the deals. So I hate spending more than $10 on a pair of pants. And yes, my husband laughs at me and calls me cheap, and I don't freaking care. Um, but I mean, dang, like I wish I had a $250 shirt. And I'm an adult and I don't even have a $250 shirt. So, I mean, that just kind of sums it up there. I don't know what the whole backstory is on it. I'm just glad that he was safe. They were able to locate him, and hopefully they continue the government and the local authorities continue to keep him safe regardless um of what everybody may think, that oh, he was kidnapped, he should go all home, real quick or whatever. But there's a reason why he was kidnapped, and they really got to investigate that. And if it means not allowing Jamal White to continue to go home to his family, because he may continue to experience danger there, then I feel that is more than approvable. But again, there are other family members that are willing, obviously, that care for this little boy, who may be able to put him in a safer environment than what he is, because again, that and then again, it showed the dad to run inside, and he allowed the little boy to run to the backyard. Like, why didn't you go run and go grab your child? You know what I mean? You ran inside. Like, what was your main? I don't understand. So again, there's a lot of questions there, and I'm not blaming anybody. I mean, again, I don't know the family, and um, we don't know their background, and we don't know, what they do for a living. We don't know. Um, we really don't know much. It was just this little 7-year-old boy was just kidnapped at gunpoint, and we needed to locate him. And now we just need to figure out the reason why he was abducted to begin with, and if it's safe enough for him to go home. So those are the two questions that needs to be asked and needs to be answered before any further decisions are made, as far as I feel. Again, we as parents, we need to be vigilant. Do not put our kids in any danger, any further danger than they already are as being kids. Kids are an easy target. Let's not give the predators our children. Let's not just hand them our children. Let's stop them. Let's make them work hard. Let's get them. Let's keep them on their toes and not the other way around. So again, um, hopefully they catch all the other people that were involved in this kidnapping, because again, taking a little child when you have more than the opportunity to not take that child, you have many opportunities to go about it in a different way, whether it was to take the dad or somebody out, an adult and not a child. That is far beyond ridiculous. Again, society has become big in using big fear. We become very fearful. Um, and again, that is one thing that is causing people to make quick decisions like this. And that could be ultimately dangerous and not right. But again, thank you for being here. That is all I have to say about Jamal White. Hopefully, I'll try to keep up with um up to date on it to see if they capture the rest of the people that were involved, and to see what is going on with the family. Again, you saw there was a big crowd when he was found, but they quickly put him into a car and took him away. Allowed him to get assessed by medical, obviously, and things like that. But according to certain reports, I haven't been able to find anything more recent on Jamal White, as far as like news or anything like that. So they are really keeping this. Um, And now it says 3 men arrested in Milwaukee. Okay, so now we have an update. Jamal White kidnapping, 3 men arrested in Milwaukee abduction case. What we know so far, Milwaukee police arrested 3 men at homes connected to the kidnapping of a 7-year-old. A 25-year-old male was taken into custody at the residence where Jamal White was located. 2 other males were arrested at the residence where Jamal was kidnapped from. Was his whole family member? Wait, hold on. What? White is a seven. See, this is why I'm talking. White was a 7-year-old who was taken at gunpoint by a masked man on Friday. Police found him safe Saturday evening, according to the arrest released Sunday, July 13th. The arrest unfolded on July 12th at 5:45 p.m. on the 2000 North block of North 39th Street. The 25-year-old is being held for a probation violation. The other 2 arrested males are of the same age, 27. One is being held for resisting and obstructing. The other was arrested on a tentative charge of second-degree recklessly endangering safety. Police haven't said yet if those charges are directly tied to Jamal's kidnapping. No other updates have been given since he was found. Jamal White was found nearly 24 hours later. Jamal was taken outside his home July 11th on West Hustis Street on the city's northwest side. A man in a black mask put him into a white Jeep Renegade. He was found nearly 24 hours later, about 6.5 miles away near 39th and Lloyd. Okay. So again, 3 men. See this chain right here. Share this up. Sorry, guys. This chain right here. This shirt right here costs $200 and something. Okay. Again, this was the most recent information we have, and that is to yesterday as of 12:37 p.m. So again, there isn't much. One day ago, Milwaukee police arrest 3 men. That's what we already read. Um, so as you can see, there's really not much update, and I'm really shocked about that because usually they would have all the information out once they already did, their quick brief investigation on what happened. But I'm sure, like now that doesn't that I don't know what's going on now, so I'm gonna have to continue to reach out and do a lot of research on this because again, you know, when it comes to things like this, my husband's usually not wrong since he's more knowledgeable about the game than I am. So yeah, this is I mean, that's what I said. As soon as I put that picture up of him in that chain, he's like, "Oh, yeah, the parents are doing something they're not supposed to be doing." I'm like, "What makes you think that? Why can't they just be successful, you know, car dealerships or a salesman or a successful entrepreneur? Like what?" He goes, "Well, really? Entrepreneur?" And I was like, "Dang it. put my foot in my mouth that time, but it was funny. We're just going back and forth. I was like, this poor child. Ultimately, we just need to make sure he's safe, and we need to be careful as parents. Our actions do affect our children. So hopefully, his family is on the straight and narrow, and he will be able to go home, because ultimately, if his family is doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, and this is why their child was kidnapped, then this is going to be a long fight for them to get their child back. So I don't think once CPS is involved, if something gives him if something gives them the sensation that something is off or wrong, or y'all are doing something wrong, they will not release that child to you guys. So I pray that you guys are on the straight and narrow, and hopefully this was just all because this is a blessed kid with fortunate blessings, and he just happened to have pay for it, um you know by being kidnapped, and unfortunately that sounds wrong, but that's why you don't even when you go to other countries, that's the first thing you tell you: don't look like a rich tourist. Like, it's one thing to look like a tourist, but it's another thing to look like a rich tourist. Like, you're gonna get scammed, you're gonna get hacked, you're gonna get robbed, you're gonna get kidnapped for ransom, because that's exactly what my husband said. He's like, oh, they kidnapped him for ransom. I was like, God, Lord, like, this is where your brain takes you. Like, I'm over here thinking it's an old skeezer who took the child, and you're over here saying it's a whole setup thing. So, I mean, two views, obviously, two opinions, and I look at it at one way, and he looks at it from another way, and that's one thing I kind of like about it, because he does look at it from a different point of view. But again, we as parents need to keep our children safe. We need to think about our actions and how it affects our children. And again, and and we need to stop putting our children at risk. Stop putting our children out there. Stop putting our children in $500 outfits, from head to toe, and probably then some. If the shirt alone was 200 and something dollars, the shirt, you already knew the flip flops were probably another $200. I'm sure that he had matching shorts, kind of like all in his other outfits. So when you dress your child, in a $500 to $700 outfit, plus another chain that probably costs more than my rent for the month, um, you know, that there's questions there. There's going to be questions. So unfortunately, again, Jamal White is safe. He's in a safe space, and he's getting his 3 meals a day and things like that, which I'm sure he was getting before. But ay, pobrecito mi hijo. Okay. Um. Anyway, I think that is going to be it. So again, just let me know what you guys think about that. So again, if y'all think there's more to the story, please let me know in the comments. I'm always willing to hear the comments, and willing to listen, and really to discuss certain things that are going on. So don't forget, let's keep Jamal White in our prayers, along with all the families that are affected by the Texas floodings. All the families that are affected by abuse. Let's keep them in our prayers, in our hearts. If you are wanting to donate, please reach out. Go to the website down below. Please email me. If you want to financially donate, you can go to the QR code right at the top of the screen. Just go ahead and donate financially there. Again, please, y'all be safe. And thank you for joining me, everybody. Don't forget, pinkies up. Bye.